So we're supposed to be making a recommended video for our house. And I'm not sure whether or not I want to just outright tell you guys what house I'm representing, or if I just want to make you guess. I mean, I most definitely don't want to be like too obvious about it. You guys have to put just like a little bit of thought into this. So I'm not just going to outright tell you what house I'm going to be representing for the Harry Potter Back to School Cramathon. I'm not. I mean, I'm trying to think of a way that I could possibly tell you guys about what house I'm in without being like way too obvious about it. And it's a little cold in here, so I'm just going to put on a jacket. But like I said, I'm not going to tell you guys what house I'm in. You definitely have to guess. And I'm not dropping any hints for you guys. I think you guys can figure this out. You guys are smart. What is up, all you literary friends and gents? It is your girl Deja, and I am back with another video on my channel. So if you guys couldn't tell, which I don't know how, I was trying not to be obvious, I am in the House of Ravenclaw. And yes, if you guys haven't noticed at this point, my tongue is blue. I was eating a Jolly Rancher earlier, but let me tell you a really quick story. So when I originally read the tweet when they said that they want us to do books that were the color of our house, I'm thinking like the house that I live in. So I'm like, okay, I gotta find books that are red, black, and white. And I'm going through, and then I'm just like, you know what? They probably meant house as in like Harry Potter house. It took me a whole like couple of hours until I came back to this to realize that they meant the house of like Harry Potter, not the one we are physically living in. So I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense. While I'm sitting here like picking out books, my dad's like, hey, you want a Jolly Rancher? I'm like, sure. And I take out a random one and it's blue and I'm sucking on it. And then I came to the realization that, like I said, that they meant Harry Potter houses, and I was just like, what irony that my tongue is blue and I'm representing Ravenclaw. There's a school bus outside my window. So today is day 2 of the Harry Potter Back to School Cramathon challenges. If you guys don't know what the Harry Potter Cramathon is, I will put a link in the description below to the original video that was posted by Crescent Moon Reads about the Harry Potter Cramathon. So what it is basically is a 24-hour readathon, and today is day 2 of, I believe, 3 days of challenges. I did a picture for day 1 because yesterday was like so hectic. So today being day 2, what the challenge is to recommend books that are the color of your house. And since I am doing Ravenclaw, I am going to be recommending you guys blue books. Not books that are sad, but just books that are blue. So the first book shouldn't come as any surprise to any of you guys. The first book I'm recommending is, of course, The City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. I'm actually recommending this whole series, but since this is the only one with a blue cover, I have to recommend City of Ashes. Like I've told you guys plenty of times before, this is one of my favorite book series ever written in the history of literature. I love it. I have read this series so many times, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who is a fan of urban fantasy novels, because it is just, even if you're not a fan of urban fantasy novels, you should read this book. It's freaking amazing. The whole series is wonderful. If you guys didn't know what it's about, it is about this girl named Clary who finds out that she is a shadow hunter, which are half human and half angel, and their job is to protect the mundane world, which is all of you out there. I am a shadow hunter, okay? I have my angelic rune on me at all times. Fight me. A shadow hunter's job is to protect the mundanes from demons, as well as to protect and govern the downworld. The downworlders consist of vampires, werewolves, the fair folk, and of course warlocks. Definitely recommend going to read this whole book series. The next book I'm going to be recommending to you guys is Artemis Fowl, The Attorney Code by, I'm going to mess this name up, Owen Colfer. Guys, you guys already know, me and names, no. So the book series follows a young man named Artemis who is a thief. And he basically goes on all these different adventures where he has to steal things, he has to uncover mysteries, and I don't even know how to like describe it, because it's almost like a crime novel, but it's a young adult sci-fi crime series. There you go. It's a young adult sci-fi crime series. That is exactly how I am going to describe this book series. It's been a while since I've read this book series, so I don't necessarily remember what this one in particular was about. But like I said, I definitely recommend that you guys go and read it, and it's really good. And now that I think about it, I'm probably going to reread these again because why not? They're classics. The next book I'm going to be recommending to you guys is Warriors by Erin Hunter. Now, I know you guys are looking at the cover and you're like, oh my god, it's green, but I am cheating just a little bit because one, the word Warriors is blue and the back of the book is blue. And when I picked this up off my shelf, I saw it from like the spine and all I saw was blue, and then I saw this blue, but then I turned it to the front and I was just like, I'll count it. So I'm going to be cheating with this one. This is probably like one of the best book series I have ever read where it revolves around animals. This series blew my mind. Who knew that you could create an entire like world around cats, right? This series was like the bomb back when I was younger, so I definitely recommend that you guys read this. So this book series is about a orange cat, this one, whose name is Rusty, and he finds out that beyond his backyard there are these different clans. There's like the Thunder Clan, I know there's the River Clan, and a couple other ones. This is another one of those series that's been a while since I've read. And he decides that he's going to investigate, like, oh, what is this world that I've never seen before? And he gets initiated into their society, and eventually he becomes Fire Paw. Then I believe he becomes Fire Heart. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, if I'm wrong about like what I'm saying about this book, because like I said, it's been a while, don't be afraid to correct me. I will admit that I am wrong at some point in the future. You guys can think of this almost as like the cat version of the Mortal Instruments series, as in like you have a main character who finds out about this other world and comes to find out that they are the person of destiny, and they have to absolve issues between all these different groups of people. If you put it in lame brain terms, this is the cat version of the Mortal Instruments series. It's as intense, but there's like not as many like romantic relationships going on. Definitely not as many relationships going on in this book series. But I definitely recommend this as a read for you guys. Go check it out. So the next one is going to be Blue Moon by Alison Noel. This is actually book 2 of the Immortal series. So this book revolves around a girl named Ever and her, well, not this particular book, but the series revolves around a girl named Ever, how she meets this guy named Damon who is new to school, and he is too beautiful to be real. And she finds out that he is immortal, and he keeps finding her throughout the generations, but something always happens that pulls them apart, and he has to wait for her to be reborn again for them to try this whole thing all over. And that is what this book series is about. I don't want to give any spoilers because it's really good. I actually have not finished the series. I only read it up to the 4th book, I believe, and I believe that there's 5 or 6 in the series. Hardcore romance, there's a fantasy aspect to it. It's really good. I definitely recommend this book series to you guys. It was interesting to read. The next 3 books I'm going to be recommending to you are all from the same author, and that is James Patterson's Daniel X and his Maximum Ride series. So the Daniel X series, this is book 2 and book 4, I believe. Yeah, so these are the ones that I found that were blue. So the series follows a boy named Daniel. If you couldn't tell, that was his name, Daniel X, right up the spine, the cover. So the book series follows a boy named Daniel and his friends, and they all have all these different abilities. Daniel has the power to not only conduct and use electricity, but also he can like morph himself into like different animals. James Patterson's young adult novels, they're special. Let me just tell you that they're super special. And I've only read book 2 and book 4. Don't ask me why I read this out of order. Do not. And the last book, like I said, is also James Patterson book, and that is the Maximum Ride series. I believe that this is book 5. This is Fang. Fang is my favorite character in this book series. I just want to tell you guys that right off the bat. Favorite character in this entire series. So the Maximum Ride series follows these kids: Max, Fang, Iggy, Gazzy, Angel, and Nudge, who escaped from this facility that was experimenting on them and gave them all wings. So they're one of the doctors there, his name is Jeb. He kidnaps he doesn't kidnap. He snatches up all the kids and escapes with them, and then one day he just kind of disappears. And they're like, well, we have to survive on our own. And in the first book, Angel, who is the youngest and also the twin of Gazzy, gets kidnapped, and that kind of steamrolls all the situations that they get into all the other books. And I don't want to give you guys too much, but I will say that this series was recommended to me back in middle school by my language arts teacher. She always saw me reading in class, and she was like, you know, you should read this series. And I was like, what's it about? She was like, winged teenagers. And I was like, I'm game. I was like, that's all you need to tell me. I'm good with that. So I definitely recommend this series. It's really good. All of James Patterson's young adult novels, I recommend all of them. He needs to write more, but the ones that are here will suffice. And last but definitely not least is Boy Meets Boy by David Levithan. I talked about this book in my July wrap-up. It is so good. It is about this kid named Paul who is gay and his love interest with a new boy in town named Noah. And the book is not only about Noah and Paul. The book is about Paul and all of his relationships with all of his friends and his family and how he interacts with all of them. It's a really good book, and you get to see things from different perspectives, and there's all different takes of life just in this one little short book. Like, it's like super short, but they cover a lot in this book, and it's super great. Infinite Darlene, that's my girl. I've said it before and I will say it again. Infinite Darlene is my girl in this book. So this is another one of those books that I definitely recommend that you guys to read. It is definitely on my top 10 so far for my boys love stories, and you guys should know this already, but boys love is my favorite genre to read ever. So that is it with my recommendation. Like I said, I am in the House of Ravenclaw, so I hope all of these books sounded interesting or they piqued your interest and make you want to go out and get some of them. So just as a reminder, don't forget that the Crime-a-thon starts on the 18th at midnight and ends on the 19th at midnight. I definitely recommend that you guys come and enjoy it with us. It's 24 hours of reading. I mean, like, what could possibly be bad about reading for 24 hours straight? Exactly nothing. And don't forget to hit your girl up on any of my social media, which are all in the description box below, if you are a Ravenclaw, so that way we can be friends, because, you know, like-minded people. Yeah. So that is all I have for you guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and if you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content from moi, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!